everyone. Today we're going to be continuing on with our story Hope Project Middle School, written by Alyssa Milano and illustrated by Eric S. Keyes, and this is published by Scholastic. Also, please don't mind how burned I am. Sunscreen wasn't working the other day. So, let's continue. We are on chapter 14, so she just revealed her big plan to her science club friends, but not to us. So now let's find out what happens at the science competition. Chapter 14. Here we are. The science competition is finally here. I stare at the university campus banquet hall in awe. The larger-than-life Central Florida Science Competition banner hangs proudly overhead. It's royal blue with silver lettering and swaying gently in the gusts of AC steadily blowing inside. Today is a sunny 80 degrees, yet goosebumps are poking through my arms. But uncomfortably, temps are the least of my worries. I'm pretty sure people around me can hear my heart pounding. Far be it from me to indulge in science myths, but how could they not? It's strumming louder than the music blasting from the homemade paper and magnet speakers I'm currently admiring. It's not just the science project that's this cool. It's all of them. The grand room is full of the type of innovation Mr. Gillespie talked about seeing from us. It's thrilling just being in here. But I can't appreciate any of it, and I can't get my mind off of what I've done. Just when I'm finally starting to get over the disaster that was the run-through fail, now I'm nervous about our team's fix for that fail. My dad drove Henry, Camilla, and me here an hour early. As we planned, we set up our display before school bus drove Mr. Gillespie and the rest of the science club kids here. The science club wanted to surprise Mr. Gillespie. We're hoping he approves of our new presentation. I thought taking a walk around this room and getting inspired by all the other amazing projects would clear my head and calm me down, but it hasn't helped much. I wish Dad had been able to stay, but Friday afternoons were usually busy for him. He and Mom will be back once the judging is underway. Marie is coming here after school, but she has to travel from the other side of town. So for now, I'm on my own. I make a right at the booth decorated like the interior of a space shuttle and head my way back to the JFK Middle School Science Club display. We're located in a busy part of the STEM strip. Our steady competition rankings over the years earned us this prime space. And lucky me, there's Mr. Gillespie. Just as I suspected, he planted himself right in front of the booth with a candy fountain display, his back rigid and his hands clasped behind him. I'm pretty sure it's not because of his keen interest in physics behind how solid matter can behave like liquids. That means the school bus from JFK Middle has arrived with the rest of the science club. They'll be surprised to see that our project measures up okay next to everything. They'll be surprised to see that our project measures up okay next to everything here. Maybe I can walk by him unnoticed and slip back to our booth to spruce up our display a little more. Miss Roberts, Mr. Gillespie bellows, his eyes still glued to the confectionery flow. Busted. My words spill out faster than the sugary waterfall. Oh, I didn't mean to. I just didn't want to disturb you, but I'm not totally avoiding you. Mr. Gillespie steps away from the booth and faces me. Are you finished? He asks patiently, waiting for me to stop tripping over myself. I nod wordlessly. Mr. Gillespie gestures for us to head over together. It's a clever move, the work you have presented here, he says. My eyebrows lift. You've seen it? He nods. Nice work. The mark of a budding scientist. Thank you. And thank you for pushing us to keep trying, I say sincerely. We all worked hard on it together. What the judges think of that remains to be seen. I've asked the others to take a look around and then meet up for a discussion. Why don't you man the booth in the meantime? Mr. Gillespie says before he heads off to the crowd. We're only a few paces away from our space now. There's already a few people checking out our project. 4 girls. As we get closer, I can't believe who it is. Sam! I called out. Sam turns around and runs to give me a hug, a big hug. even though Lacey and her crew are watching. I hug her back tight. Hugs. 10 minutes ago, I couldn't imagine feeling this ready and confident. Thanks for being here, I tell her when we pull away. Sam playfully pokes me in the rib. Hey, we made a deal. I come to your competitions and you show up to my opening night. You got cast in the fall musical? I ask, excited and happily caught off guard. Yes, Lacey did too. We laugh with relief and high-five each other. Hi guys, I walk over to Lacey, Golda, and Charlie. Thanks so much for coming. We wouldn't miss it, says Lacey in her cheerful, encouraging way. I smile, grateful to have supportive people around, because there's no knowing how everyone else will react to the project we're presenting. Oh, wow. This geeking out moment is coming from Grace. She's got her phone out, filming all the projects as she approaches our booth. Camilla and Henry are right behind her, and Connor, Shep, and Ezra arrive in the opposite direction. They all have big smiles on their faces when they see the JFK Middle School Science Club sign at the booth 1209, and our final project set out on display. Wow, Shep shouted. We did this? Asked Grace in disbelief, staring at the display. The amusement park replica is still in shambles. Here's some picture. So here's their booth, 1209. RG is still in pieces, but there's a photo of them in happier times, as well as 2 videos playing on a loop. One video is of the flawless chain reaction I'd filmed that day Henry first showed it to me. The other video is of the disastrous test run. And the poster above, it reads, A Study in Scientific Ambition, Learning from the Mistakes of a Super Project Gone Wrong. So here's their poster. The whole display invites visitors to our booth to acknowledge that failure is a key ingredient in success. Great scientists make mistakes all the time, and that's how they learn and grow. Grace walks up beside me, staring at the trifold poster detailing our project goals versus our results. It really did turn out great, she says, flaws and all. Yeah, I can't believe we pulled it off, added Henry, as he makes his way around the booth, documenting everything on his phone. Camilla points out the part of what's posted on the trifold poster. The original blueprint sketches look great here. Those are the original sketches. Here, she says. Thanks for including them in the presentation. I smile. You had such detailed notes, so we had to show that off. Ezra is pointing at different areas of the display and talking a mile a minute to Shep. Shep smiles and gives me a head nod when we catch each other's eyes. He and Ezra seem pretty pumped about how our booth is set up and making a statement. We've even attracted a few non-JFK middle school attendees who are enthusiastically watching the video. One of them is carrying a clipboard and taking notes, clearly a contest judge. Sam and I exchange a look of nervous excitement across the room. The visitors start posing questions to different members of our team. Pretty soon, Grace, Camilla, Henry, Ezra, and Shep are guiding mini tours around the booth. It took guts to present this the way you did, I hear the woman with the clipboard say to Mr. Gillespie. It was their idea to begin with, and they really rallied together and came through in the end, Mr. Gillespie replied proudly. I guess he does approve after all. Once Connor has finished answering another visitor's question, I walk over to him. He's not acting in his usual snarky self way. He's still sporting one of his math riddle graphic tees, but his trademark smirk is replaced with a content non-frown. This is the first time I'm having a one-on-one conversation with him. As I walk over, I can almost see the chip on his shoulder appear. Having your personal heartache publicly dragged isn't fighting a fair. And for that, I need to apologize. Sigh. Might as well just come out with it. Hey, Connor, I said. I start. Listen, I'm sorry for bringing up your mom. I had no idea what you've been going through. Clearly, this was the last topic Connor wants to talk about. He shakes his head like, please stop. He looks at his feet all mopey. And then he lifts his chin and recovers some of that stubborn pride he's famous for. It's okay, he said, his jaw clutching. I don't agree, I say loud enough for only the two of us to hear. A lot has been okay between us. A lot hasn't been okay between us. And I'll never apologize for speaking up for myself, but when I make a mistake, I own it. So I'm sorry for jumping to conclusions about you. In the silence that follows, Connor doesn't follow up with an apology for his rudeness. I kind of don't expect him to. It was really nice seeing all this set up, he says, gesturing to our booth. Pretty cool. Yeah. I guess that's a step in a healthier direction, and I guess that's where things will stand for now. You must be Hope Rogers, the judge with the clipboard. Roberts. Let me start that again. Here she is. You must be Hope Roberts, the judge with the clipboard says as she approaches me with her hand extended. You've given us a lot to think about, young lady. We hope that every entrant who visits this booth grasps its message. It's a strong reminder to us all, she says, giving me a firm handshake. JFK Middle does it again, says the man waiting behind her to shake my hand. The lanyard around him identifies him as a competition organizer. I glance over at Sam to give her a thumbs up when I notice Mary and my parents watching from the opposite end of the booth, beaming with pride. An hour later, a large crowd is watching as we, the JFK Middle School Science Club, begin walking on stage to collect an honorable mention ribbon. We follow Mr. Gillespie up the stairs with our jaws hanging. Can this really be happening? It's the biggest relief to know that we can come back next year with our strong reputation intact. You can also hear that relief in Mr. Gillespie's voice as he thanks the judges before passing me the mic. Huh? Hope, says Mr. Gillespie. The team chose you to speak on their behalf. I stare wide-eyed at my clubmates, trying to figure out when this vote took place. Grateful, I accept the mic and say what pops into my mind. We love science and technology, I say nervously. I hear my own voice projected by the speakers and echoing through the banquet hall, and I see my family watching me from the crowd. My dad catches my eye and winks. Seeing Dad reminds me, I've got this. I clear my throat and continue, and this time the shakiness is gone. But even though we love STEM, we're still discovering the power of our voices. We have to be brave enough to let this power shine through and supportive enough to help others shine. I pause and flash a quick grin at Camilla and Grace, and they give me a matching thumbs up. If we all keep doing this, the innovations will thrive and bring positive changes to the whole world. Thank you. Everyone claps and cheers, and I'm so proud. I feel like Galaxy Girl saving her planet from evil forces. But it's even better because this isn't science fiction. This time, it's real life. There she is giving her speech. And there's the audience with her family sitting and watching. Chapter 15. Aw, little doggy up here. Rocket, be nice, I scold my moody dog. I thought she'd be happy to be going for a long walk. When Sam and I made plans to meet up, my mom offered to drive us to our favorite park near the beach. I thought it was the best idea. It's close enough to hear that wave crash and white noise and breathe in the salty air. But thankfully, it's far enough to avoid getting pesky beach sand everywhere and everything. It's okay. She can keep ignoring me, says Sam, holding on to Cosmo's leash. I just won't give her the snacks in my back pocket. Cosmo does a double take when he hears the word snacks, but Rocket is not impressed. There we are. Ooh, they have ice cream. Yum. Her leash tightens around my hand as she trots a few paces, showing Sam the back of her head. With that surprise tug, I almost dropped my ice cream cone. Of course, we had to visit the Pure Ice Cream shop at the start of the walk. Playing keep away with her snacks is the reason she became your sworn frenemy in the first place, I remind Sam. Honestly, I thought Rocket's shade would balance out this sunny day, but she shades so hard. Sam grins, laughing and shaking her head. Rocket throws back what looks to be an eye roll at Sam. That's all it takes. Sam and I lose it. Sam spits out some of the ice cream she just licked from her cone. Rocket, you should have given me a warning before doing that. I would have held off on giving this ice cream. Sam's mom is catching up on her reading at the other end of the pier while she waits for us. We enter the dog run, let the pups loose, and take a seat at the last available bench. I toss what's left of my ice cream cone in the trash. Sam still has a bit to go before she's done. We hadn't realized how much the dogs were breaking the ice between us. Now that it's just the two of us, it feels kind of awkward. Boy, I can't believe how long it's been since we've hung out alone, says Sam. I'm glad she's brought it up. Well, you've been busy with your new friends, I say, hoping I don't sound too bitter. Sam looks down at her half-eaten cone and the tiny bit of ice cream left in it. I'm so sorry for getting to the science lab so late that day. After you asked me to come support you, I can't tell you how bad I felt when I saw your face. I know I let you down, and I want you to know... Huh? She's talking so fast, she doesn't realize how many times I've tried to stop her. I'm just trying to tell you that I'm the one who should be apologizing. What happened the other day was 0% your fault. I paused for a moment as I watched my dogs crisscross the grassy field together in a blur of black and brown. I'm sorry for being distant, Sam, I finally say. I admit I was a little jealous. I tugged at the fray hemline of my denim skirt. You deserve all the friends in the world, and I hope that I'm still one of them, despite this rocket-level shade I've been throwing you. Of course you are. Sam loops an arm through my shoulder and squeezes. I know it must feel like so much has changed, but you're still my best friend, no matter what. I didn't realize how much I needed to hear that until that moment. The ocean breeze whips through and carries away any leftover doubts I had about our friendship. I feel so much better. Sam looks happier too. But courtesy of the wind gusts, her hair is wrapped around her chin like a beard. We laugh as she tries to untangle herself. Oh my gosh, I have so much to tell you, she squeals, and we start a long overdue catch-up. Sam is acing her classes, and she's even starting to love her math class. Plus, she has some big news. I sort of like this boy. She winces and smiles at the same time. And I think he kind of likes me. Oh, and best of all, our astrological signs are a perfect match. Ugh, same old Sam, I chuckle. It isn't Burger Boy. She swats the air. Burger Boy is so last summer. No, but I think he's friends with that kid Henry from your science club. I feel the corners of my mouth curling up. It's too late to hide it. Sam's quick to notice things like this. She says, smirking. Do you think you and Henry would make a cute superhero couple one day? Maybe you can tell me at your next astrology hangout, I say. I will. Sam smiles from ear to ear. And hey, maybe we can stargaze while you point out each zodiac constellation in the sky. That sounds like fun, I grin. The wind kicks up again. Let's go get the dogs. I think it's about to storm, I say. Sam reaches for her back pocket and pulls out a sandwich bag of dog treats. Cosmo runs right over, but Rocket comes to me. I don't have anybody, I say. Sam dangles the snack high in the air the way she used to do to tease Rocket. But then, maybe thinking of all the relationship mending we've done today, Sam has a sudden change of heart. She lowers her hand and holds it out to Rocket. Rocket, I just want to apologize for withholding snacks just for laughs, she said earnestly. After another moment watching Sam, Rocket slowly and cautiously walks over to her. Unsure, she sniffs Sam's open hand and pulls back to eye my best friend again. It's all yours, promises Sam. I won't fake you out this time or ever again. With that assurance, Rocket's tongue laps up the treat, which she chews graciously. After she's done, she even lets Sam pet her. "Today's a great day," shouts Sam, ecstatic and kneeling next to Rocket. And then abruptly, the sky opens up and rain comes pelting down. "Yeah, a great day for a run." I clip on the dog's leashes and we take off sprinting back to Sam's mom. Chapter 16. Now, whenever I make a video journal, Cosmo and Rocket face the screen rather than face me. "Am I gonna have to get you both Hollywood agents?" I ask them. I can't even imagine what type of treats they'd get as superstars. "So," I say to the camera, I'm not new to middle school anymore, and my science project is completed. I learned how to stand up for myself and my ideas while being a team player. But somehow I'm feeling like this is just the beginning for me. Just like I said in my speech at the science competition, I want to use my voice to help others. And I want you, whoever is watching in the future, to be there when I announce this to my parents. Let's go. It's movie night, and everyone is in the family room watching TV. They can hear me heading down the hall before they see me. "Finally," says Marie. Cosmo and Rocket run ahead together and gather at everyone's feet. Mom isn't big on pets lounging on the furniture, and they know it. So they're on the floor. "No, just in time," corrects Dad with a chuckle. I walk into the family room, my camera pointing at the scene before me. "There's our baby girl," says Mom. She pats the empty spot on the couch next to her. "We were just about to vote on a movie." "Oh no, she's filming us for her video diary again." Marie covers her face with her phone. "This will only take a second, I promise everyone." I set the phone on the coffee table and take my place next to Mom. Now the recording shows everyone, the four of us plus Cosmo and Rocket. Over the last few weeks, I've realized that the things we care about are worth fighting for. And ever since Marie told me about the trouble that Eastern Shore Animal Shelter's in, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. I kneel next to Cosmo and Rocket, and they jump in my arms for a snuggle. These two fluff butts wouldn't be a part of our family if it wasn't for that shelter. They rescue so many animals, and now none of them will get to find a loving home and family and a home they can play in. Marie scoffs. "You mean a home they can play in anywhere but the beds, couches, the chairs, the new rugs, and oh, point taken, Marie." Mom side-eyes Marie, and they both grin that identical half-smile. "Well, I want to do something to help." "We're listening," says Dad. "What did you have in mind?" "Well, it's not completely planned out, but I'm sure Sam and her other friends would help with the fundraiser. Sam and I spent some time at the dog run the other day, and I think we could babysit dogs there on the weekends while their owners are eating at nearby restaurants. That way the dogs get their exercise and their owners get some time to themselves." "That could work," says Mom. "You'd be serving people who love pets so they can spread the word about the shelter." "I'm glad you think so, because I'm going to need your help if this is going to work." "I'm in," my mom said, patting my back. My dad gives a fist bump. "Me too." We all look at Marie, who for once isn't staring at her phone. She shrugs. "Every superhero needs a sidekick. I guess you can be mine." "Why, thank you, my hero, Marie." I toss a throw pillow at her, and she can't help but laugh. "But seriously," says Marie, "those dogs are lucky to have you." The truth is, I feel lucky to have them. "I'm not sure if we can save the shelter," I say, "but I'm glad I have the support to give it a try." I smile and join my family on the couch. Mom puts her arm around my shoulders and passes me the popcorn. Sometimes all you need in this world is a little hope. And that's the end. There are some hope tips. I'm just going to read the bold part. Here are her tips on how you can use your voice. Speak up. Listen up. Act confident. Be an ally. Don't give up. And that's it. That's the end of our story. Thank you for joining us. Bye.